Hello, Williams class. For your history lesson today, the learning objective is, can I explore what public Roman baths were used for? Here is a public Roman bath for you. It's nice and steamy. That means it's hot, warm, lovely to have a swim in. Right, we're going to start off by watching this video. So this will be available to you. I've posted it on Tapestry. All you have to do is click on that link and you will then see what public baths in Roman Britain are like. I'll click on it now just to show you what you should expect to see. Just here. So you have this window that comes up, and then here you have a video to watch. So just have a click on that and see what Roman baths are all about. So as we said, the learning objective is to explore what ancient Roman baths were like. So you have how many pictures here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures here, and you have 6 different boxes. You also have one box that has a nice little fun fact subheading. So we're going to talk about the origins of the Roman bath. Now, origins means where the Roman bath idea or where it actually comes from, where it first started. Baths were used as a place to swim and pray to the goddess Minerva, who the Romans believed had healing qualities. Question: did you have to pay to get in? Now, there was a fee to get into the public baths. A fee is something you have to pay before you go somewhere. So a fee could be something like when you're traveling on the bus. If you're a grown-up, then you do have to pay a fee. The fee was generally pretty small, so even the poor could afford to go. And sometimes the baths would be free as a politician or emperor would pay for the public to attend. So a politician or an emperor would have lots and lots of money. An emperor is the equivalent to a king in the olden days. So they would have a lot of money, so they could actually pay for a lot of people to come and be in the baths. Again, this is a picture of the Roman bath. This is a different picture, not as steamy, and the water definitely looks cleaner as well. So this is telling me that this was perhaps taken quite recently. What were the Roman baths used for? Getting clean. So the main purpose of the baths was a way for the Romans to get clean. Most Romans living in the city tried to get to the baths every day to clean up. They would get clean by putting oil on their skin and then scraping it off with a metal scraper called a strigil, I believe. Strigil? That is used to get the excess oil off of them. As you can tell, back then, they used to clean themselves very differently to how we would today. Socializing. The baths were also a place for socializing. Friends would meet up at the baths to talk and have meals, and sometimes men would hold business meetings or they would discuss politics. How did the Romans put water into the baths? The Romans built aqueducts to carry fresh water from lakes or rivers to the cities. Roman engineers constantly monitored the water levels and aqueducts to make sure that there was enough water for the city and the baths. They even had underground pipes and sewage systems. Wealthy people were able to have running water in their homes. This is an aqueduct here for you. Now, this was a key word that we did get introduced to at the beginning of this topic. So this is just a little reminder here to you of what one looks like. A fun fact. One of the most famous Roman baths was in Bath, which is in England. So Roman baths can be found in a city called Bath. How funny. The baths were built on hot springs that were said to have healing powers. So the actual land where you would find a bath or a Roman bath, rumor has it, or people would believe that that land had the power to heal, which is probably why the baths were then built on land like that. Men and women bathed at different times or in different areas of the baths. So it's bizarre because the bath, as you can see, it is just one big pool of water, but then there was some sort of separation between men and women in that they used different areas of the bath. The floors of the baths were heated by a Roman system called a hypocaust that circulated hot air under the floors. So circulate means to go round and round and round, so the hot air would travel across all areas of the bath to make sure that the water was nice and warm for the person using it. Items were often stolen in the baths by pickpockets and thieves. How odd! There you are trying to have a nice time just cleansing yourself, but you have to worry about your items being potentially stolen. So it wasn't the safest way to get clean. However, I believe it was one of the only ways to get properly clean. But you have to be very, very careful. Now we have different types of Roman baths. We have the tepidarium. Now, afterwards, you would go to the tepidarium. This was a cooler room where you could relax, chat to your friends. You could also get a massage from a slave. You would clean all the sweat and grease off your body using a strigil. Lovely. You also have a caldarium. First, you would go into the caldarium. This was the hottest room in a Roman bath. It was a bit like a jacuzzi. If you have not been in a jacuzzi yet, boys and girls, you must. I highly recommend. The hot water and steamy air temperatures may have risen well above 40 degrees Celsius. Now, a fun science fact for you, boys and girls, 40 degrees Celsius is around about the same temperature as our core. So the hottest part of us is 40 degrees Celsius. That is very, very hot, actually. For some people, that's not too hot. I know for my brother, that's the perfect temperature to have a shower. But for me, I find that really, really hot. But as I say, that is quite a relaxing thing for some people to be nice and hot. So that is the temperature that the caldarium used to reach. And it would be this hot so that you could sweat out the dirt. Today, rather than us having caldariums, we do have in gyms and in some people's homes, we have what's known as steam rooms or saunas. And that's where you just sit. And people do believe that the more you sit in it, the more dirt that comes off and you look really like you're glowing and you really start to see the effects. So just to say, people still practice the same kind of they have that same experience today, but in a different way, I would say. Wow, that was all very, I'm a poet. And then you have a frigidarium. So finally, you would go to the frigidarium. I wonder if you can guess by the name if it would be hot or cold, like a fridge. This was a freezing cold bath to refresh the Romans. The Romans would feel very refreshed after plunging into the frigidarium's freezing waters. Again, today, I like that I can see comparisons to today, actually, like past and present. Today, I know that people like to have cold showers. My cousin has recommended cold showers to me, and I've just sort of said, no, thank you, that sounds terrible. But again, like the Romans used to believe, that is another way to refresh yourself. It's known as a cold shower. I believe some people call it a power shower. It's just freezing cold water on your skin and it's just supposed to wake you up. Be careful because I've also heard it can make you very ill. So ask an adult before you try that, I would say, definitely. But it is supposed to wake you up and it's supposed to really be good for the skin. But as I say, I'm personally not a fan. I have tried it before and don't know how people do it. So your task is to use the template if you would like to, the template that I showed you beforehand, which is, let me just show you. This template here. So if I move my delightful face, I can hopefully then give you a full picture. You can use this template to help you, or you can make your own. And what you are going to do, if I go back to the task, is make your own. Yeah, so you can use the template, make your own, to collect information on modern day bath. So that means bath today. So that is your task. What I will do then is I will show you the template here. So how I would do this, I will show you now actually how I would do it. So if I was to do this task, I would start off by writing a subheading for each of my pictures. So for example, if I said that this picture belonged here, this box belonged here, if I wanted to label this, I would label it as what it is called, which is an aqueduct. So I would write that just here, aqueduct. I would make sure to underline it with a ruler and then do a little bullet point about an aqueduct, maybe what its purpose is, what it's used for. Similarly, I would then just at least write a sentence for each picture is what I'm trying to advise you here. Like for this room, for example, it reminds me of a jacuzzi, so I could say like a jacuzzi, just like that. So you could write that, look at each picture, try and do this without looking at your notes. But if you need to look at your notes, there is no problem at all with that. But just try and think outside of the box a little bit and try also to see how much you can remember based on this lesson and fill in this sheet. Now, as I say, you can use this template if you would like to, or you can make your own. You can even find your own pictures, different to these ones maybe. It is really up to you. So enjoy William's class, boys and girls, and I will see you very, very soon. Make sure you're staying safe. Bye.